bad smell at the farm is really a bad thing, both you and your customers and even the neighborhood. So today I'm in a Sam village where I've come to visit a certain farm, but I reached a certain farm and I got it very, very badly smelling. So I said, why don't I share with you people why the farm smells? Yeah, and this is a common thing in broiler farms. So today I'm going to share with you people things that make farms to smell. Yeah. The smell at the farm is something that is not going to go if you don't avoid pouring water spillages. Yeah. So one of the things that causes the smell at your broiler farm or any other poultry farm, it is simply the wet litter. Yeah. So when you are having support team at your farm, always sensitize them to avoid pouring water in the farm. When they pour water in the farm, the thing which is going to come is the smell. Yeah, because the droppings, once they are mixed up with the water, they are going to actually smell. And that smell is simply the ammonia gas that comes out. Okay, so meaning that if you keep your litter dry, there is nothing like the smell that is going to come, because once the thing is dry, you will just go and turn it and the thing will actually be free from the smell. But if you pour water, it's going to just become wet and hence leading to the bad smell. So make sure that you sensitize your support team at your poultry farms to always prevent pouring water. When they are taking in the drinkers, make sure that they carry it safely and they don't pour. Or alternatively, if you have some resources, then you do an automated drinkers. You're going to be free from having a bad smell at your farm. And also when you have wet litter, it is going to attract a lot of infections like coccidiosis. Coccidiosis is one of the bad sickness. Once it gets a broiler is going to die in the next 2 days. Yeah, once not attended to. Yeah, and also you're going to make losses by buying a lot of drugs, antibiotics. Yes, yet you can prevent it by making your farm to be dry, the litter to be dry. So make sure that you keep your litter dry so that your farm will not smell. Second thing is poor ventilation. When you have a farm is poorly ventilated, it's going to be, when the farm is poorly ventilated, it's going to have a lot of gases, and that gas, the biggest gas is ammonia. And once ammonia gas is accumulated in the farm, it's going to actually cause a lot of bad smell. But if your house is well aerated, ventilated very well, the ammonia gas is going to escape out, and once it escapes out, it's going to be leaving your house fresh. The freshness is going to be in the structure, and if the house is very fresh, then that means your farm is going to be free from any bad smell. But take an example where you go and those people have an enclosed house. Normally, I've visited so many farms. When you find they have an enclosed structure, it's going to be in a bad mess. I'm telling you, typical bad mess. So I want to challenge you people that, if you want the farm to be free from the smell, then you are meant to have a well aerated structure. Once you have a well aerated structure, you are going to have a farm which is free from the bad smell. Yeah. But if you are going to have a poorly ventilated house, you're not going to be free from the bad smell. Yeah. So make sure that you have a house which is well ventilated. You're going to enjoy your farm. You can even eat. For us at our farm, Uganda Growers, when you visit, you can even have a meal in the structure and there is no problem. We've managed our litter. We've had a good, well aerated structure. So what else? You have to put in action these things. Yeah. If you don't, ammonia gas is going to kill your farm. Yeah. Then the other thing is overstocking density. Now, there are people who have a house that is worth that can carry like about 200 broilers, but again they are putting in 500 broilers. That is something that is going to kill your farm. Okay? So make sure that you have a structure which carries a certain number of birds and you stick to it. Yeah, stick to it. But if you want to do shortcuts, you have a structure which is supposed to carry like maybe 100 birds, 200 birds, and then you end up doing what? Because you have some money, you put the structure of 100, you put 500. That is abnormally bad. It's going to kill your farm, and it's going to cause stress. Then on top of that, it's going to make the birds to even get infection, because the ammonia is going to be too much, and you'll be unable to even do what? Clean the structure. Yeah. And even the other risk is if you overstock the birds in one structure, even you who is attending to the birds, you're going to cause accidents, because the birds will be congested everywhere. And if they are congested everywhere, you are going to, whenever you're walking, you have high chances of stepping the birds. Yeah. For you to prevent yourself from that, you are meant to have a house which can carry a certain number of birds without you overstocking. Yeah, but if you overstocking, the ammonia gas is going to accumulate, and then the bad smell is going to attack you, and you'll have no shortcut on it. Okay, you'll have no shortcut on it. You're going to have a smell on your farm. Then the other thing is the way you dispose of your litter, the way you dispose of the droppings. There are people who go and remove the wood shavings or the droppings from the farm, and then you pour next to the farm. How do you expect the farm to be clean or free from the smell when you remove and you pour it just next? Maybe you have like a small garden here, you pour the litter, the wood shavings which you have removed mixed with droppings, you pour it just there. I'm telling you, the farm will smell. So have a place where you go and dispose of the droppings which you have removed in the structure. When you do like that, you are going to have a place which does not smell. Okay, there are so many people who want those things, so you can also go and give them. They put the manure in their garden. So when you do like that, you are going to have a place which is really good, and it will not be smelling. But if you have a place where you're just pouring the droppings you remove from the farm, and again you pour it next to the farm there, you are going to suffer a lot of a bad smell at your farm. Yeah. So make sure that you have a place where you dispose of. Sometimes for us, how we do it, we package those things in some paper bags, like over 100 kgs. After packaging them, then we go and give it out to the community. So when you give it out to the community, you find that the community is actually so happy with you. You're giving back to them. Yeah. So don't be mean. There are some people who want to sell the manure, but for us, we give it out freely. Yeah. So make sure that you have where you dispose your droppings when you remove the batch of your birds, or after selling off the whole batch. Your farm will be free from the smell. Then the last one, which I've observed, okay, several times, is when you enter the farm, okay, this one is common to us who are broiler farmers. You enter the farm with gumboots, and then after that, you get the gumboots, then you also move out with it when it has a lot of droppings. You move the whole compound, while those droppings which have grabbed on the gumboots are just leaving those droppings in the whole compound. I'm telling you, you're going to have flies everywhere in the compound. So let the gumboots which are used in the farm remain at the farm. When you're outside, have shoes for outside. In doing that, you're going to be fighting the bad smell at your farm. So tell me what you think about this video. If this video has been so nice to you, please like, comment, and share it to friends. Yeah, so thank you so much for loving us. Press the notification bell, subscribe to the channel so that you may not miss out any of our good videos. Here we share poultry knowledge. Catch you very soon in another video. Lots of love. Bye-bye.